Alright, so this is going to be part 2 of Resident Evil 2 Remake. Claire A, Hardcore, No Damage S+. I just got done taking care of the first part. We're going to load back into the segment here and continue where we left off. We're doing sewers now. We're going to dump everything in our inventory except for the grenade launcher and a stack of flame rounds. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for some of my breathing into the mic in this, which is probably annoying. I'm sick right now, and my mic is of shit quality, so it's kind of hard to avoid, but I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Can't breathe out of my nose very well. We're going to run over here and grab the T-square crank handle. Just the usual stuff you would do for this part. And we're going to kill a couple zombies at the bottom of this stairway. If you line this shot up right, you can kill both of them with one flame round. I don't know if I do it here. But you can try to aim center and just hit both. And let's see if they both die in this run. Yeah, it looks like they did. If you have to use 2 flame rounds though, that's fine. It's no big deal. We're also going to pop that zombie that's laying on the ground over there so that he doesn't attack us when we come back through, and then pull the lever and go through this gate. There's going to be a G-mutant that slides out of the pipe to our right, but as long as you just stick to the left, like I'm doing here, he's not going to attack you, he's not going to cause you any problems. And then we're going to use the T-square right here to open this shutter or gate. We're gonna grab the SLS Magnum rounds off of that that barrel there, and there's another zombie on the floor up here that we're gonna pop with a flame round, so he doesn't cause us problems when we come back. We're gonna unlock this door, run over, and grab this quickly. You gotta do this part fast so that zombie right there doesn't come around the corner and grab you. And because we torched this zombie in this room, he's not gonna reanimate after we grab the chest piece and catch us on our way back in. Now, for this, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim at him, and you'll notice that he kind of tilted his head upward. It's a bit random when he's going to do that. He's not always going to do it as fast for you. But basically, when the G-mutants are below you, like in the water and you're above them, they're going to submerge so you can't shoot them. And you can use this to actually get around the G-mutants. So basically what you want to look for is when they aim their head up and they kind of wiggle it like a worm, you just jump in the water as they're submerging and they can't attack you. And if you do it as they're submerging before they're fully submerged, they won't come out of the water and stun you like they normally do. Because if they do that, they can grab you. So that's how we get around that first G-mutant. Then we're going to come down here and deal with a few more. So, we're going to get stunned by this next one, but we're going to stick all the way to the left here. We're going to go left, and then he's going to stun us, but push us where we need to go. See, he pushed us forward. Then we're going to shoot the second one. We're going to pop the second one with a flame round, because that means that he won't be able to grab us. Otherwise, he's going to grab you. And we're going to stick to the left again to get away from the third one, which currently is coming through a pipe on the wall off screen. If you do it that way, you'll get through that part no damage. Again, I explained in the first part of this that the fire that Claire had on her, that she was brushing off, does not actually hurt her. That doesn't cause damage. So, we're going to come in here and grab the queen piece. From there, put it in over here to open this shutter. And there's a couple ways you can do this. This zombie is going to fall and reanimate. We're going to run up here and grab the king piece and then hop down. If you're fast enough, you can run past him, put the king piece in here, and then kill him with the spark shot. Because we don't really need spark shot rounds in this run. I'm not going to use the spark shot much. See, I missed a shot there. That doesn't even matter. We just need like one spark shot round to get out of here. So, Now, if you're too slow, he might grab you, so again, like I have a few previous times in this run, I would actually recommend that if you're worried about it, or you think you did it slowly, just pop him with a flame round, because we have flame rounds to spare. Just like all the previous times where I've said, where I've taken risks with zombies, you can just not take the risk by popping them with a flame round. So we're going to do this little puzzle here where we put the queen in, then put the king on the other side, go back and get the queen, get the king, the usual shit. And we're going to equip the spark shot here. And again, this part is a little bit RNG, where these G mutants can be. But the basic concept is if he's right here in front of you, you want to bait him to this ledge, and then do what I said earlier. Where he's going to do the wiggle, he's going to submerge, and you're going to run by him. Sometimes there is a G mutant in front of you right here, who's going to pop out of the water. Now, this time, in this run, he actually popped out behind me and pushed me forward, which is fine. Excuse me. If he pops out of the water in front of you, all you have to do is shoot him with the spark shot, and the spark shot will stun him, and you can walk around him, okay? Even if he pops out of the water and stuns you, you can shoot him with the spark shot and walk around him. It's no big deal. As for that one that we just got down there, he's gonna come out of the water, and he's gonna try to grab you. All you have to do is do what I did there. I ran backwards until I saw him whiff the grab, and then you just run on past him. It's really not scary, not that big a deal. I used to hate the G mutants, and they were like the worst part of the run for me, until I figured out how to consistently deal with them like that. So, this safe has the combination on the side, and I think I actually fuck it up in this run for some reason. I typed in 2, 8, 12. Yeah, it's 2, 12, 8, I believe. Right 2, left 12. Yeah. Or, yeah, that's it. So this safe here has the custom SLS parts, which allows the SLS to use 357 rounds, which are basically Magnum rounds. If I'm not mistaken, Claire's SLS using Magnum rounds, when it's focused, so you do focus shots, does as much damage as Leon's upgraded Magnum unfocused. So she gets a sort of almost as powerful Magnum. We're going to come back to the box, and we're going to put everything away, except for the chest pieces and the SLS parts. We're going to grab the SLS and combine those parts together to make her a Magnum. And we're going to get the grenades launcher stock, finally, and combine it with the grenade launcher. I forgot to grab a flash grenade out the first time, but we also want a flash grenade. That's everything we're going to need. So, equip grenade launcher with stock, flash grenade, equip Magnum parts to the SLS. That's what we need. We also need your flame rounds. And then we're going to come over here and solve this puzzle, which is just put the queen in the middle on the other side, then the king beside her on the left, come over to this wall, grab the knight from the middle, put the rook where the knight was, put the knight to the right, and then walk over to the left and put the bishop on the left.
On my way.
The solution is actually on the wall, written on a note. It isn't very hard to figure out or just copy from what I did right there. Make sure you load the SLS like I did earlier with the Magnum rounds rather than the handgun rounds, the regular handgun rounds. When you upgrade it using the custom parts, it'll come with 5 enhanced rounds with the Magnum rounds. The solution to that is up, 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 down, up. And then we're going to go aggro Birkin by running near the door along that yellow line. We're going to come back here and stand in front of this, or behind this green hose that I'm standing in front of. Because right here, Birkin cannot hit you. As you can see, he's whiffing in front of me. He can't hit us, so we can just stand still. Now, I missed the first grenade round, and you might be wondering, why did I even try shooting him with a grenade round here? It's to make this part go faster. If you shoot him in the hand, he will go to the door quicker. It's kind of RNG. Sometimes he'll stab the ceiling only once, and then he'll go to the door. Sometimes he'll do it twice and then go to the door. Sometimes he'll do it 3 or more. But regardless, once he goes to the door, we're going to run out. We're going to pop him with a flame round. We're going to turn around and then pop him with a flame round as we run by him. And that's going to make him hit this wall behind us so he can't catch up to us, and we can drop down here safely. Now I'm going to tell you how to one-cycle G2. So I'm going to try to do the explaining here on the fly. This is why we brought everything that we brought. We're going to run over here and hit this button to activate the crate, pick up the flash grenade. We're going to flash it and hit him with 1 flame round. Next, we're going to equip the SLS and fire 4 magnum rounds into him. Not focus shots, just fire 4 magnum rounds into him. Then we're going to re-equip the grenade launcher, run to the corner, and we're going to wait until he stands up, because he doesn't take much damage when he's down like this. So as he stands up, we're going to pop him with another flame round, and then we're going to flash him again. We're going to reload the grenade launcher and pop him with 2 more flame rounds. And I think I popped him with 3 here to be safe. Yeah, I popped him with 3. So pop him, he's going to go down again, and then you're going to hit the button. Now, what this does is it does just enough damage so that Birkin will get one shot by the crate instead of having to hit him with the crate multiple times, wasting time and ammo and risking getting hit, which is the worst part because G2 is very hard to dodge because he's very random. He has 2 attacks that are very easy to dodge, but then he has that one where he just walks up to you and instantly slashes, and I don't think you can do anything about that, like at all. So that was how to one-cycle G2. Again, you just need some flame rounds, a flash grenade going in, and those 4 magnum bullets. And the magnum bullets really don't matter because we're not going to be using the magnum very much. In fact, you don't even really need the magnum this run. We're just mainly using it for G2 and some cleanup jobs later.
Hold on, Sherry. You're going to be fine.
My nose is very stuffed up. I'm not feeling very well. This part doesn't really have a whole lot going on, obviously. We're just carrying Sherry, who is sick, to the cable car to go to the final part of the game, which is the Nest laboratory.
Okay. Better check everything. There's no turning back.
Better check everything as I instantly pull the lever and move on to Nest.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination. So again, not a whole lot, excuse me, going on here. Coming off of the excitement that is G2. For your safety, stand
We're
clear
just
until the doors
playing
are
this
fully
segment
open.
out. Honestly, the laboratory isn't really that hard.
Until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear. Welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
Alright, so first things first. There's a flame round on the counter behind you. Excuse me. So, we're going to put away the grenade launcher and the SLS. And we're going to take out the spark shot, because I'm going to use it to kill another zombie, because again, we don't need spark shot ammo as much as we need flame rounds. Because I don't really use the spark shot this run. So we're going to take the spark shot, run in here. You want to bank a right. I fucked up. Don't fuck up like me and get stuck on the door. Bank a right and grab this frag. Then stick to the left and grab these needle cartridges I almost forgot for the spark shot, just so we can have a little bit of extra ammo. And then come over here and climb this ladder. We bank a right in the beginning so that the zombie that's right through the doorway doesn't immediately grab us. Plus we need the frag, because again, Claire needs it for G4. There's a large gunpowder to our left on this counter, and then there's a combat knife. This zombie is usually sticking to the right of this, left of this doorway. Sometimes he's to the right, and sometimes he's right in front of you, right, like he is here. Just carefully open the door, see where he is, and then pop him with a spark shot. If you get grabbed, you just picked up a knife, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. And then you can come in this room. There's a flame round on the counter. You open up that locker to get the spark shot upgrade, just so we can have it, because there's no point in not grabbing it. And then grab the ID wristband upgrade and combine it with the wristband. That way we can actually progress to the next part of the game. The spark shot actually does an incredible amount of damage if you have that upgrade that we just grabbed. And it's useful in a speed run, but it's very risky to use in a no damage run, and we don't really need it. Again, there are multiple different routes that you can take that don't use the spark shot and do just fine. So I suppose you could use the spark shot on G3, but again, it's super risky, and we'll go into that later. Right now, we're just going to come over here and use the ID wristband on this panel, and we're going to go to the biggest section of the lab, really the only section of the lab besides that last one, with all the IVs. We don't have to worry about IVs too much, as Claire. Now, we're gonna go over to this. Oh, or I'm not? Why did I walk in here first? This is a mistake. This is a run where I made a mistake, and I immediately realized it. So we're gonna walk over to the item box here, like I was supposed to. There is a blue gunpowder on the table to my left. Grab that and put it in the item box. I forgot to. Then dump everything out of your inventory, like I am here. I'm gonna mix a gunpowder, I think. Yes, we're gonna mix the white from earlier with that large we grabbed to make more acid rounds for later. Then grab all your flame rounds and the grenade launcher, and of course the ID wristband. And bring all that with you. Oh, yes, and the SLS. And reload the SLS. My bad. Make sure you reload the SLS with a full 5 Magnum rounds. And don't forget that gunpowder that I was talking about on the table. I forgot it. I'll grab it later. I think I grab it on the way back through, which you could do. But yeah. Then we're gonna grab this white gunpowder and run straight past this first Ivy, because we can get past him while he's in the middle of standing up. Come over to the keypad, and the codes are 3123. And the next code is 2067. I know they are shapes, not numbers, but just imagine them as a numerical keypad. Numbers 1 through 0 at the bottom. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0 at the bottom, like you would have on a normal numpad. And it's way easier to remember as numbers than it is those weird fucking shapes. And then we're going to come in here and do this puzzle. This is very easy. We're going to fill the canister here, the cartridge. So the combination for this is red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green. Red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green. Very easy. That is the fewest number of changes needed to change that. So then we're going to grab the dispersal cartridge and get the frag grenade out of the corner of this room in front of the hazmat dude. And then going around this side of the desk, there's another large gunpowder that we need for later. Actually, no, we can combine that one right now. My bad. With the white from earlier, get more acid rounds. We're making a lot of acid rounds. We're going to pop this Ivy zombie and wait for him to go down. Just wait a second. He went down. And then we're going to go down the ladder. You could kill these two now, but the way I do it works fine, in my opinion. I accidentally grabbed the map here, because that map loves getting in the way, but we came down there for the large gunpowder sitting on that desk thing. So we're going to come in here, equip the SLS with the Magnum rounds, and we're going to pop these 3 zombies directly in the dome to decap them, because they will reanimate otherwise later, and that's just the easiest way to get rid of them. We don't really need Magnum rounds, so don't worry about it. Grab the flame rounds, and then make sure to start walking before this pillar, this like support pillar I just walked by on the right, because otherwise this licker will start aggroed. And once you get about right beside his head, you want to start running because he's going to aggro on you, but as long as you start running, he won't hit you. So next we're going to switch over to acid rounds, because there's some zombies on the stairwell, and we're going to get by them by using acid rounds, because we have plenty. We have plenty, and we want to save the flame rounds, just in case. Grab the white gunpowder off this box, combine it with the large from earlier, make more acid rounds. I accidentally opened this and grabbed handgun bullets. You don't need those. You want the signal modulator that I just grabbed off the wall, but see, I discarded the handgun rounds because you don't need them. We're going to come back down the stairs, and those zombies from earlier are going to be down here. What you're going to do is pop them with an acid round, and then run by them. I accidentally almost got grabbed here because I didn't reload the grenade launcher fast enough. But you're going to pop those zombies with acid rounds. And the reason why is because acid rounds have very, very high stun. And if you pop those zombies with the acid rounds, you will be able to just run by them. They get stunned for a very long time. And we want to conserve our flame rounds. Next, we're going to walk into this room again because there are 2 lickers in here. And we're going to solve the signal modulator puzzle. First things first, we're going to come over to this second table. And we're going to go around it. And get the lickers to follow us a little bit. If you don't drag them forward and just go solve the puzzle, they're going to pincer you in between both of them, because they're both going to walk different directions, and you're going to be fucked. So you need to make sure they follow you just a little bit. And then we're going to solve this. You change the thing to Murph, and then you just match up the wavelengths. No big deal. So now that the power's restored, and we drag the lickers a little bit towards us, they're not going to have us pincered in, and we're going to be able to walk right on out without getting fucked. These 2 lickers are like the worst lickers in the game, and I hate them. We're going to walk this way because we're going to go get the dispersal cartridge loaded. And I kept walking here. You don't have to keep walking here. I was looking at my phone and reading some of my notes and looking at text messages, and I forgot that I was supposed to be fucking running. So just run after you get through that door. It's no big deal.
Should have packed my
Come put the dispersal cartridge in the thing, do the usual shtick. Should have brought my parka, blah blah blah.
Cooling complete.
We're gonna head back out. Don't gotta worry about the zombie on the left. She's not gonna reanimate while we're in here. Head on back out. Make sure you, again, stop running before you exit the door. Otherwise, you're gonna piss the lickers off. Then we're going to walk down, stick to the left, walk down this hall until you're past the lickers, and then we're going to curve down this right hallway into the save room in here, because there's a bunch of items that we want. So first of all, there's a white gunpowder right there to the left, there's some flame rounds on this shelf next to the box, and there's a knife on this desk, but you're probably going to need to put shit away first, like I needed to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put away the gunpowder, the acid rounds, the magnum, the frag grenade. We're going to keep the cartridge, the signal modulator, and the flame rounds and the grenade launcher. And then we're going to also take this knife with us. We're not going to put the knife away. Put away that other acid round that I originally had loaded in the grenade launcher. Make sure you load the grenade launcher with flame rounds instead. Walk out this door. We're keeping the knife in case these 2 IVs gang you when we get to the top of this ladder. Because there's 2 IVs up here. But you should be fine as long as you pop one of them right away and you have the knife. Otherwise, you can kill him earlier if you'd like to. We're going to pop this one. And then there's one to the right, and we're going to pop him. No big deal. Then we're going to just run up here. And there's no other IVs in our way, so we can just run straight in and go use the dispersal cartridge. But we're going to grab this flash grenade. We left a flash grenade in front of the dispersal cartridge thing last time we were in here. Grab that flash grenade now, especially if you used the knife already on one of those past IVs. So then we're going to run back out here and go get the ID chip, but there's an IV we're going to pop on the floor over here because it is alive and it's going to get up when we leave, so we might as well just pop it now. Combine this, and now we're going to leave. Now, there shouldn't be any IVs in your way like there weren't for me. If there are, just pop them with the flame rounds. Now, there's an IV on the other side of this door. Just turn left immediately, and he shouldn't grab you. If he does, you will have a flash grenade or a knife or both if you didn't use either of them to get him off of you. And then there's 2 more IVs in here, and we're going to pop both of them and just run on by. And that's basically all we actually needed flame rounds for, and I still have 5, so we could have used more earlier in the run like I pointed out. I remembered to grab the gunpowder this time. I grabbed it right there. That was the gunpowder I was talking about earlier. I was supposed to grab that and put that in the box the first time we came through. Regardless, it doesn't make too big of a difference. Slight slowdown. Next, we're going to go up here. And we're off to fight G3 and get to the end of the game. Fast approaching. G3 is a fucking cakewalk as long as you just bring acid rounds. I'm gonna do a little bit of a speed strat to kill him a little bit faster. I fuck it up, I think, but I'll explain it when we're in there. But you basically just need like 30 acid rounds, and you can kill him. There's another frag grenade beside that USS soldier there. We're gonna grab that for G4, and then we're gonna come over here and set this to OSS or OSS, and then match the wavelengths, turn the power back on. Now we're done with the signal modulator, but I'm not going to bother putting it away at this box. I'm just going to put it away at the next box, because there's a box literally right after this. I don't even know why they put two so close together. So, yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the game. It's just a boss fight, a running segment, and then another boss fight. G3 is probably the riskiest boss to fight, unless you're Claire with acid rounds, and just pummel him, which I will show. So we activate this cutscene over there, get it done with, grab the large gunpowder over here, and then there's a white gunpowder right here, mix those together, more acid rounds. And now we can do some inventory management. We're gonna mix the blue gunpowder that I grabbed off of the table earlier, and the leftover white gunpowder that we had to mix our last set of acid rounds. So you'll see me do it in a second here. Right here. Last set of acid rounds. Now we're going to combine all of our acid rounds and get all of our acid rounds out of our inventory. We should have over 30 by this point. And we also want the flash grenades. Just as a backup, bring flash grenades because we're going to have extra. As we just need a defense item. You can bring flash grenades and knife, just a defense item in case he leaps on you. And we're going to bring the SLS and the rest of our Magnum rounds, which should be exactly 5, if you've been doing this right. I make another save here that I actually didn't have to make. But I ran this as a test, and I was concerned about a few things. If I really am unhappy with this, I'll probably just do a no save, no damage, as I pointed out in the first part. Because I've already done no save, no damage. So I'll probably end up recording that later, with cutscenes. But yeah, I kept the acid round in my inventory, or the last flame round that was in my gun. Go into this fight, this cutscene coming up, with the Magnum equipped. So we're going to skip the cutscene, and when it skips, we're going to shoot him with the Magnum in the leg. Then we're going to shoot him in the eye twice. Okay? That's going to stun him. Next, we're going to stun him with a grenade launcher, reload and run past him. And we're going to stun him from behind when he starts to walk. And then you want to pop this eye, again with the Magnum, but I missed. Now, if you suck like me, that's fine. You don't actually need to do this to kill him. I'm doing it to kill him faster. But you can go behind him and pop it with the grenade launcher by getting a direct hit with the grenade launcher. Which is actually why we need to stop, because it makes the grenade launcher far more accurate. So see, as you saw right there, I popped the eye with a direct hit, and then you can shoot him in his weak point. Now, to explain real fast, since I didn't get a chance, why I even went to do this, this just makes it slightly faster because you do more damage to him quicker, but you don't need to do this. If you want to beat G3, all you have to do is every time he walks, like I just did there, you stun him with an acid round, and then you just wait until he starts to walk again, and stun him again. Like, I'm doing it rapid fire here and shooting him before he's up. But see how I waited right there? I chose to wait there. You can just do that over and over again, and it takes longer, but he'll never fucking hit you. He will never do anything to hit you. I'm aiming for the eyes again here in phase 2. And I actually was supposed to stop him from doing this. He'll try to throw shit at you, and it's risky to dodge that, so I was supposed to stop it, but I fucked up. Still, if you hide behind something, you should be fine. You can stop him from ever doing that by just continuously stun-locking him during Phase 2, like I'm trying to do here. And that was the entirety of Phase 2 right there. So while he was transforming, I decided to run over here and grab these needle cartridges for later. Because during this segment where he is pulling the wall down, the pillar, he is actually invincible, as far as I know. He cannot take damage, so there's no point in wasting rounds on him. So I wait for him to get done the animation, and then I keep unloading into him. During Phase 3, you can hit his weak point directly in his chest to do more damage. So just try to aim your grenade shots for his chest, but no matter what, you're going to stun him. It takes around 30 rounds. You can do it faster by hitting his weak points and by using the Magnum strat from the beginning that I showed you. Even if you fuck it up, you're probably going to be fine. This boss fight is a joke with acid rounds, which is why we crafted so many of them. And there you go, that's G3, no damage. The only thing we need out of this boss room, there's like a shitload of shit in here. There's like 100 handgun rounds, there's more magnum rounds, we don't need any of that. You just need the needle cartridge that I picked up in the middle of the fight. You can get it after. I just decided to grab it during. We just need those needle cartridges, and then that frag that I ran over and picked up. The needle cartridges and the frag are in the same area, just on opposite sides. So you just gotta grab those two things, and then leave. You don't need any of the, you don't need the healing items, you don't need the fucking handgun ammo, you don't need anything else, trust me. G3 is only hard if you don't stun him with acid rounds, because you have to actually try to dodge him, and it's very difficult. It's really not a problem. It's slower with just acid rounds, stunning him over and over again, but you can absolutely stun lock him. So that's what we're gonna do. Or that's what we did do, excuse me. We're gonna head back to Sherry, do the story cutscene. And there's gonna be a long period of really nothing happening again.
Sherry, can you walk faster?
Combine the, I should have done it right on the spot, but combine the upgrade chip with the ID wristband, and then head out to the elevator with Sherry. And then there's going to be an elevator ride down. Most of you should already know this, but elevator ride down. And then the, like, escape sequence. So headed into the escape sequence, you don't really need to have a different inventory, because we're going to get to a box almost immediately if you need to change something out. And basically all we have to shoot on the way there is some IVs. There's 2 IVs. If you have leftover flame rounds, you can easily one-shot both of them. But all you need is acid or flame rounds. You need like 4 acid most, or 2 flame rounds most, should be enough. And you should have in your grenade launcher a combination of enough, like whether it be, you know, you only have 1 flame round or whatever, you should have enough. I actually came into this with 2, but I decided not to stop at the box and get the other flame round out of the box, so I only went into this area with the one that I'm currently loading into my grenade launcher. But I'll show you what you have to do. So here's the box I was talking about. If you need to grab anything, it is there. I'm going to ignore it because I didn't need anything. And I'm going to head to this little elevator that we have to ride down. Sherry takes a long time to catch up, and there's really nothing you can do. There's 3 IVs down here. You can literally run past all of them. Leon can't, but Claire can, because they start on the ground. With Leon, they start standing, but with Claire, they start on the ground because she has Sherry behind her. So you could just run by all of them without any problem and come to this elevator, climb down. So the only 2 IVs you have to deal with are in this little room down here. You're gonna check the door, immediately back out. Sherry's gonna climb over to unlock it, and there's gonna be 2 IVs that fall down from the ceiling onto this platform. I'm actually gonna go stand where one of them is gonna fall. You don't have to go here. You can stand at that door and shoot them from far away. I'm cocky. But you're gonna pop the first one with whatever you have to. It's 1 flame round or 2 acid rounds in my experience. Sometimes only 1 acid round. I think I shoot 2 into this one, but I popped him a little bit early. Regardless, you're just gonna shoot these, and as you can see, they go down with either type of grenade round, and you're not gonna have to worry about them. You should have enough grenade rounds between the 2 types to take care of those 2 IVs. Then Sherry's gonna unlock the door, and you're gonna run on through. And now we are home free, except for the 50 HP zombie. In this hallway, there is a zombie with 50 HP, which basically means anything will kill him. You could fart on him, and he will die. So just shoot him with whatever the fuck you have equipped. It doesn't matter. We don't need grenade launcher rounds anymore. You don't need grenade launcher rounds for the final boss, because he has a ridiculous pool of HP, and it doesn't matter how much damage you actually do to him. So now you can empty out your inventory and grab everything you need for the final part. You're going to want the spark shot, the needle cartridges, all of the hand grenades we've been saving, which should be anywhere from 6 to 8. You want 7 or 8. I don't know why I took back out the grenade launcher stuff here, but you don't need that. And you want 2 inventory slots open, obviously, for the 2 plugs that you need to grab to proceed, as well as the minigun. I'm not going to be using the minigun at all to kill G4, but still. So you're going to run in here and grab the plugs, cutscene, run back out. What we're going to do for G4 is pretty simple, actually. He has eyeballs on his chest, okay, that grow out. And you can only actually defeat the boss by popping the eyes, because the boss's health bar, as I mentioned earlier, is actually immense, and it's really hard to kill him with just conventional weaponry. The popping the eyes is actually what kills him, which is why grenade launcher rounds are useless. So you can shoot him while he's on top of the train here for a second, but you don't really need to. And then he's going to jump down. I'm going to unequip my gun here so I can throw grenades faster, because you throw grenades faster if you don't have a gun equipped. He's going to jump down, you throw a grenade. And basically now, every time you see that he has all of his eyes regrown, you're going to throw another grenade. You want to try to stay to the sides of the train, so that if he charges you, you can get around the train without being hit. And whenever he goes for a wall, I'm going to try to knock him off the wall, as I do here, just to speed things up. It takes about 8 grenades to kill him, which is why we got 8 grenades. See, so he's going to do this charge. That's why you want to be sitting at one of these corners. That way he can't hit you. Now, if he does actually manage to climb the wall, it just takes a little bit more time. You just want to run around in circles. Like, run around the train in circles until he comes back down. I actually took a risk here because I thought he was going to climb the wall back there, and he turned and swung at me instead. But basically what I'm doing here is the strat, and right here, he's dead. He just has to crawl towards you for like 10 seconds, but you can speed it up by shooting him. Once you're out of grenades, just switch to the spark shot and do fully charged discharges into his chest, like this. And that's G4, no damage, and very quickly, might I add. I think that was my fastest time that I've ever killed G4, because I prevented him from going on the wall twice. I'm skipping all the ending stuff here, and that was Resident Evil 2 Remake, Claire A, Hardcore, S+. And that route can be done, like I said, with no saves either. We used to. And we got a time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 18 seconds, which I believe is actually my PB for this run. It could definitely be optimized way more and be faster, but this wasn't for speed. Anyway, that's going to be it for the game. I'll try to get the other parts uploaded as soon as possible, and we'll see how this goes and where this goes. I'm not really sure what else I'm going to do with this style of video, but yeah, felt like sharing this, so hope this helps somebody if it helps you or it was entertaining.